So hi, I'm Urvi. I'm the pharmacy team lead for Caithness General Hospital. I moved up here as a locum in January last year, and the plan was to only be here for 3 months, but I ended up staying permanently because I just fell in love with working within rural medicine, but also working within a close-knit community. So what I love about my job is no day is quite the same. Yes, there's a little bit of seeing patients every day, a little bit of answering queries, supplying prescriptions and discharges, but I never know what type of patient I'm going to see, and that's something that really attracted me to rural medicine. I've worked in bigger trusts and bigger hospitals in London before I came up here, but often you focus on speciality and you have to go down a very linear route. What I like about being up here is you see a little bit of everything every day, and clinically I think you're consistently growing and developing your skills, but it's also a daily challenge, and I think that keeps you refreshed in your job role. As a manager, what I really like about my role is I manage kind of multiple departments in one, but I have a small team, so everyone does a little bit of everything. It means we're very close knit as a team. We're constantly there to support each other and cross train each other, and my job in particular, what attracted me to it and encouraged me to stay here permanently, was I work with the primary care, so that means dealing with GPs and community pharmacies and community pharmacists, as much as I do within secondary care, so that could be involved with working with specialist nurses, consultants, working within A&E, and as a manager, it also allows me to set guidances, but also influence change, which directly affects the local community up here. So I think one of the real beneficial things about working within the world of pharmacy is once you've gained a skill set and you've been accredited to do something, you never quite lose it. And that can be quite beneficial in terms of if you want to think about your long-term career, you never quite have to be stuck within one role for years, or you can step out and do something else. So in my case, I went back and studied fashion and set up a jewellery business, and then when the pandemic hit last year, I came back into the world of pharmacy, but I didn't need to re-accredit. I kind of kept my finger in the pie by doing a few locums here and there, so I kept my skills going, but it means that there's always a job available for you to come back into if you ever need it, and whether you've gone down the university route or you've gone down the vocational training route, once you've got a qualification or accreditation, no one can take that away from you, and you can come back to the career at any point in your life. So something that really excites me about the world of pharmacy at the moment is, I think traditionally when people picked sectors to work in, they would either work in the community, so that's perhaps working in a local chemist as a locum or a resident pharmacist, or they would pick perhaps the hospital or the industrial route, and that's what you did for life. I think pharmacy as a career and as a service is changing a lot more, and what it allows us to do as individuals is move across sectors a lot more easily, and I think that's quite exciting if you're looking at choosing a career pathway at the moment. It means you're never going to be stagnant, and it's never going to be difficult for you to move across and upskill yourself between different sectors if you want to. So something I really like about rural medicine, which is really different to anywhere else I've worked before, is we're often shown a really linear pathway with medicine, that you start off doing your basics and becoming a specialist in one way or another. With rural medicine, you basically work as a generalist. You're covering so many different specialities that you have to keep on top of everything, and you're constantly refreshing your skills in every area, and I think if you're one of these individuals that doesn't like to be boxed into an area or wants to feel like they're constantly learning, this is such a great environment to be doing it in. So a lot of careers or vocational degrees that you do, once you've got them, you're not necessarily upskilling yourself in any way, or a lot of jobs you become quite stagnant in. I think something that I've definitely heard employees say to me, or people within my team say to me, is things that attract them to pharmacy are the fact that drugs are always changing, things are always evolving, and you're always learning as a result. So I think it's a career that you never quite become stagnant in, or you're never quite bored in, if you're somebody who wants to be consistently learning.